Welcome back, guys. This is episode 7 of the Ox Roast Show. I'm Seth Rowe,
And Korean.
and today we got a few different topics we're going to talk about. And right off the rip, I think we're going to get into the drones that are being seen all across the United States, along with being seen in multiple different countries as well. From what I've seen this morning, I don't know for sure, all of this is speculative, I guess would be the word, or speculation. Speculation would be the right word. And yeah, I think I'm gonna let you start it off here, Ian.
I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of crazy stuff happening this week. That's definitely been one of the craziest because there's a lot of people talking about it right now, and a lot of different things they're trying to tie it to because we really don't have a ton of information on it.
Yeah.
Gonna say I think I saw Congress had a hearing about it, but from what I saw from the New Jersey, one of the state representatives, he wasn't too thrilled because they weren't coming up with any answers.
No, I guess it was a national security alert, and they were claiming that they were not theirs. But I don't know. I didn't read the full post that Trump put out, but as far as I know, he's trying to claim that it is the government's, and he said to shoot them down.
That's what some people are saying.
So I know for sure the post had to shoot the drones down,
Yeah,
but I don't know what else it said.
I've seen a couple videos
Might
of
be
people
able to-
trying. That's for sure.
Did you see the one with the like firework? They shot it at the drone and they hit it, and everybody's saying it was a 1 in a million
They
shot.
hit it with a
He hit it with a
firework.
firework and it exploded, and there was a bunch of sparks and shit everywhere.
Did they get a good look at it from that? You think that'd kind of light it up a
Yeah,
little
so that's the thing with some of these videos, because that's when it like cuts.
bit?
So I'm like, man, you didn't, unless it was in somebody else's yard, which still I'd be like, hey man, I just shot down one of those drones that everybody's saying. I would really like to see it. See if it's got China or Russia or any of those countries on it, or if it is American. Then again, it could have Chinese parts, and then it's still in America. Hold on, where's this at here?
Yeah, because you'd think if it was just like, a bunch of people online that got together and were like, hey man, let's buy a bunch of drones and see if we can really fuck with people.
Yeah, yeah. Which
You'd think the government would have some kind of answer for it.
yeah. Well, not just that, but one flew into like an airplane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then the government was trying to claim that it was a bird. As far as I know, like I said, this is all
bird.
speculation. We've both been doing research for about the past week, trying to kind of gather some more information or anything that has any backing to it. But yes, it went into the not the motor, but what are the things that spin on the
The
sides?
engine?
No, but it flew into where all the things are on the side. I can't remember what the hell they're called. But it went right in. You watched it just blow up right inside
Like
of
the
it.
turbines?
Yeah, the turbines on the
Okay.
side. It went right inside and just blew up right inside of it, and somebody was recording it. It was like, holy shit, man.
Dang.
All right, let's I'm gonna pull up
Yeah, I have seen there's a lot of people online that are trying to tie the drones to something called Project Bluebeam,
I've seen that. Yep. I've seen that too.
which, yeah, reading into that a little bit, apparently it was a conspiracy theory from years ago about the government basically staging an alien attack.
Yeah. Yep. Which, wouldn't surprise me a whole lot.
No.
Honestly, I mean, right before the election, COVID hit, the last election, which I thought was a little fishy. And then, all these files came out that basically said that all of COVID was bullshit. And now all of a sudden there's drones flying all over the place with like what, a month before Trump is officially the president? I mean, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, that's why it kind of had me wondering, especially with what just happened in South Korea. I mean, who knows if it's not just one big plan to kind of get like a martial law in effect. If we have
Yeah.
this extraterrestrial threat, then
Yeah.
that would kind of give us reason, give the government reason to enact that.
Yeah, for sure. Where is this at? Um, as far as I know, it was actually on his page. Let's see. I'm just gonna search Donald Trump drones.
You're gonna have to start bookmarking these.
I know. Okay, so Donald Trump wrote mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know and now. Otherwise, shoot them down. DJT.
Exactly. Like why there's so much speculation.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd have some kind of
Yeah.
some kind of direction that they're being led towards as to what they are.
Yeah, it seems really fishy.
Mm-hmm.
Really fishy. I mean, you had, and then there was another video I seen today. They were talking about how there was drones seen in Connecticut, and they were landing on the solar panels and charging themselves.
Really
Yeah.
charging themselves.
Yeah.
So
if that's true, that's pretty nuts too.
And what do they mean by charging themselves? Like, were they kind of lighting up, or did they have a noise to them?
I don't know for sure. They were landing right on the solar panels. They were sitting there for a while, and then they fly off.
So that's what they think they might have been doing, huh?
Because they were seen at like multiple solar panel places.
Yeah.
Which is kind of strange in itself. And then they're seen in a lot of different military bases, if I'm not.
Which, I mean, UFO sightings and anything extraterrestrial, it's going to be near military bases.
Yeah. And there's been so many people that have been talking about, too, with all those UFO sightings. They've been trying to claim that it's actually just stuff that the government's made. That they're testing out all this new technology. I mean,
that wouldn't really surprise me either. You know, the government doesn't tell us something. Wouldn't be shocked.
Because unless aliens look like us, or they can make themselves look like us, I mean, I haven't seen one. I haven't met one.
Nope.
You know,
haven't seen any like reliable footage of one. Haven't.
I mean, I've seen evidence of God. I've never seen evidence of an alien. You know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it can go both ways, but yeah, I don't see any green guy walking around with big ass black eyes that, you know, are trying to cut me open and run tests on me.
Yeah. I mean, there's people that say we have them and that we've met them and that we've talked to them. So I don't know. Hard to know for sure.
But I have met some weird ass people. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, some people that sure seem like it, man.
I've met some weird ass people.
For sure.
I mean, shit. I know we've talked about it a few times, which we might even have talked about it on one of our podcasts. But those people that are like sitting in the car, like you pull up to a stoplight and you look over and you realize that this person is not listening to music. They're not talking to anybody on the phone, and they're just like paralyzed almost at the wheel waiting for the light to turn.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I can't. I mean, I've forgotten to turn on the radio or whatever, I guess a few times where I'm like lost in thought.
I was going to say, because maybe you just caught them in that moment where they're like stuck in an argument in their head, and then you just kind of hear that, that ringing.
But like,
because I've been there.
I would say 90% of the time though, I'm listening to music or talking to somebody or something when I'm cruising. Like I don't. Humans aren't made to sit in silence. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, even when they were making camps and caves and shit or in the wilderness, you're hearing the wind, you're hearing different animals walking around. Like it's never really been complete silence.
I was gonna say, I don't think. I feel like some silence is good. Just you're not getting silence when you're just hanging out in your car anyway.
No.
So really, you're just getting the annoying noises constantly. The traffic, the people yelling. You're hearing like bits of other people's music. That's what would bug me the most about doing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. You pull up to somebody that's still using subs from the 2000s, early 2000s, and so your whole car's vibrating. And you're like vibrating too. It's like
you're waiting for your windows to break, wondering how theirs are still intact.
Yeah. And you like look, and it's like, oh, they're in their 30s, of course. You never see. I mean, that is. I don't see any like teenagers getting like subs or nothing like they used to when like we were younger.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe not around here. Not like it was.
No,
man.
But I mean, the sound systems in vehicles nowadays are 20 times better than they used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, the stock vehicles now have amazing sound systems.
Yeah. See a lot of them with like bows built in and
Oh yeah.
whatnot.
Oh yeah. I think mine. I forgot what mine is. My Jeep. But yeah, a lot of the Jeeps have bows, and I think the Dodges, and then I think even the Chevys got some crazy sound systems too. Like my dad's truck is a Chevy, and his sound system's badass too.
Yeah.
But oh, speaking of vehicles, so I was watching another video earlier. So we're getting back to the drone topic because that just reminded me. They so there were sightings of drones, and then where those sightings of drones were happening on certain major radio stations in New Jersey, they were getting really weird sounds on those radio stations. Like it blocked out the songs that were playing and it was like a weird, like weird ass sounds
Oh.
coming into the radio stations, like they were messing with the frequencies within the vehicles or something, or
Yeah, kind of blocking it out.
yeah, something weird. Yeah, the sounds were insane. Weirded me out. It was
Yeah.
like something out of a movie. All these people were like recording, like, listen to this, and it's like, if that's real too, like I said, this is all speculation.
I say I haven't seen anything on that one yet. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to check it out.
yeah, because they're freaky.
Yeah, and just no information on them really from
No,
you know
no.
from any kind of agency.
And I seen which this, I mean, somebody could have been making fun of America too, but I seen in Japan they had big ass drones that were flying through, and there'd be like the little drones, and they were catching them with nets and then bringing them to the ground. All these little drones. So I don't know if they were making fun of the United States or if it was like a real thing over there, but I thought it was kind of funny. It was literally like a pool net. They had a big drone coming and catching all these little ones,
Grabbing
and then
them.
dropping them to the ground. Like,
That's what we need to do.
mhm.
Send something up there.
Yeah, it's almost like, let's not shoot them. Let's like bring them down and see what they are.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, kind of tech
Try
are
and
in these
keep
bad
'em
boys.
keep them intact.
Because if it's $100 drone, then it's like, okay, somebody could be fucking around. But if it's like a $2,000 drone, I mean, there's only so many people that have the money to just drop thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars with the amount that are being seen
Yeah.
to be able to purchase these drones.
And you'd think like somebody would have identified them by now. You know,
Mhm.
like, oh, it's this drone from this company.
Yeah.
Somebody would have had some kind of information on it.
Mm-hmm. And there was one drone too that was fact checked because it looked like there was a drone in the sky, and that they were using one of those anti-air guns or whatever on it, and they were like shooting it out of the sky, which that was just military testing. For those of you that don't know, because I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. And then I looked into it, and it was just
Yeah.
they were running tests on some of their new equipment.
Yep, and that's why either they know more and don't want to let us know, or this is something of their own making.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then let's see here. Well, shit, you got any topics too?
I mean, honestly,
Kind of went through some of mine.
one of the
A lot of
biggest
mine.
one would be how the CEO of United Healthcare was murdered. I mean, that's pretty big.
In the United States?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, it seems like it's kind of sparked a bit of a back and forth between a lot of people because the killer was caught pretty quick,
Of course.
and you know, some people are mad at at the people that helped him get caught because nobody's usually a big fan of healthcare,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah,
know, other
definitely
people
not.
are trying to talk some sense into
Yeah.
him by telling him, you know, it is still murder, he still committed a crime.
I mean, shit, with even ours, I mean, it's like, I mean, just me, I think I pay probably like $400 a month for my health care. And then if I did it for my whole family, it was like,
Oh, it gets ridiculous.
it was like $1,300 a month for me and my family. It's like, yeah, that's a whole check. What am I supposed to do with the rest? You know, the average mortgage right now is what, 1,200. You know, the average car payment's probably about 600. You know, it's like, what do you expect me to do if I got health care for me and my entire family? You know, it's like,
it makes it unaffordable, which, you know, kind of takes a lot of people off. That's why it's become such a big argument, because
yeah,
a lot of people don't feel too bad for them.
no. No, because I mean,
It's,
how often do you actually even use your healthcare? You know, I mean, seriously, you got
I mean, I'm sure there's some people that rely on it. Maybe it's done a lot of good, but I
yeah,
feel for the average person,
yeah,
they've kind of been stiffed by it.
oh yeah. Because I mean, I know more people that pay for it on a regular basis that don't use it than people that pay for it regularly and do use it regularly.
You know,
So it kind of goes hand in hand. But I would say out of the people that I know that pay for healthcare, maybe 5-10% of them actually use it constantly.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, it wouldn't be such a lucrative and profitable business if it wasn't,
yeah.
hardly ever
It's
used. And
I mean, any kind of insurance really is a huge scam. Car
hmm
insurance, health insurance. I mean, they both
it's like,
scam the
yeah,
shit out of you.
they have their benefits, but it's always a battle to get what's
Hmm.
owed. And
Yeah, it's like I pay probably $200-300 a month for my car insurance, and then it's like I've never been in an accident. Luckily, knock on wood, in the past 3-4 years I've owned my vehicle, so they've racked up thousands of dollars for me.
yeah,
For
and
nothing.
then something does happen, you have this high deductible.
Yeah, and I still got to pay $10,000 to get my car fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, we paid half of it. Okay, well, go fuck yourself.
It
It's
doesn't.
like that does me no good. Who has a savings nowadays?
Yeah, no kidding.
With the economy and the price of everything and how terrible it is, it's like, it's hard to consistently have food on the table that's not ramen.
Yep. Oh, I know that feeling all
Yeah.
too well, man.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, and then the people that are so privileged that don't understand that, they were already in a good situation before, and now their situation's just, it's okay now, but they're still getting steaks regularly. It's like,
Yeah.
man,
It just, yeah, still across the board, I feel
yeah,
everyone's taking a hit. No
yeah,
matter what kind of tax bracket you were in, we're all kind of
yeah,
down a step or two.
yeah. But I would also say that there's more of a split between the rich and the poor now than there ever has been.
Oh, yeah.
The middle class is basically poor. I don't care how you sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Even if you make six figures, I mean, you're still like not doing very well. And in my head, that's amazing money. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah. That'd be amazing money.
Yeah.
That'd
I
be
mean, when we were
not
kids,
worrying.
when we were kids, you imagine making $20 an hour or something like
Yeah.
that. You know?
I mean, I don't know. At the time, it kind of told me you were doing okay.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah. You'd have a
bills were
house, a
paid,
nice
and you at
truck,
least
and
had a little bit of fun money.
yeah, you'd have a nice SUV for your family. You'd have a nice truck for you, and you got a nice little house in a good neighborhood, not right down the street from the school.
Yeah.
Nowadays, $20 an hour, you try to get into an apartment, even it's like $1,000 a
That's
month.
going to be most of what you
Yep,
take home.
yep, and then the
I mean, at least
utilities.
around here.
Yeah, utilities is about 500. Yeah, I mean, honestly, where we're at in Michigan, we're probably one of the better states, I would say.
When it
Maybe
comes
not.
to like cost of living.
Yeah. I mean, we're probably somewhere in the middle,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
'Cause
because certain parts are pretty high.
yeah.
But, that's mostly any big city.
Shit, I bet $20 an hour in California is like poverty.
Oh, yeah. Honestly.
I wonder what the average cost of living is in California. Let's look it up.
Yeah.
Let's look it up.
Check real quick. Check Michigan, too.
Yeah. Why is Myers pulled up? Son of a bitch.
You know why.
Why? Give me a break, man. All right. Oh yeah, I was looking at the Myers deals. I was Christmas shopping yesterday.
Hmm.
In California. Okay. Ooh, California is 62% higher than the average state. But
Their cost of living.
yeah, what is
Oh,
it?
yeah.
What is it
That
actually?
doesn't surprise me.
The average is 53,000? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, look at Michigan's.
I feel like I could have sworn Michigan's was like that.
If I had to guess.
Oh, we're 4 to 11% below the national average. Can you just give me a fucking number here, man?
That's why there's no way. I don't know how people afford to live in big
44,000.
cities. 44. I was
Yeah. A 1 bedroom apartment in Michigan on average costs $1,160 or $1,160.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. And then utilities is 269.22.
I mean, think being up in the UP, which usually has a lower cost of living, mine was about 1160 for a 2 bedroom. So,
And then you were going to
get an extra
college on
room.
top of that,
Yeah.
and then working.
Yep.
Dude, that's yeah, yeah, that's
Definitely
crazy.
busy. Didn't
Yeah,
get to enjoy the 2 bedrooms too much, but
yeah. It was nice up there, wasn't it? Though, like the scenery and
oh
the
yeah,
wilderness and shit.
yeah, it was beautiful out there.
Yeah,
Just
because
pretty much winter about 8 to 10 months out of the year.
yeah, which I kind of like that though. I like the
I do
snow.
too,
I
'cause
enjoy it.
it's the beautiful kind
Yeah,
of snow. They do pretty well on keeping the roads clear.
yeah,
Definitely can get a little hilly in parts, so that
yeah,
gets nervous. But yeah,
yeah. Because I can only imagine. Like, I would hate to live somewhere that was consistently hot. Like,
yeah,
I'd almost want to be in Alaska instead of Florida.
yeah. If I had to choose one extreme or
Yeah,
the other,
yeah. I'd go Alaska over Florida. Florida's badass and it's really nice, but man, the wilderness and shit in Alaska. Because I watch the Outdoor Boys pretty regularly, and dude, like him just walking through the trails and shit. You see all the mountains and the different animals and shit walking. It's like, man, it's like beautiful out there. I mean, Florida's beautiful too.
yeah,
Don't
if
get me
that's your
wrong.
kind of weather. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've never been much of a beach kind of person.
No,
So
no, and I'm too chunky to just have my shirt off regularly either. On a consistent basis, dude. My shirt's on. I mean, it'll come off if I'm going swimming, but I mean, that's about it. I'm not one of those t-shirt wearing chunky guys that go swimming. I hate that, dude. It pisses me off. It's like, dude, just take your shirt off.
I can deal with that anyway because I don't like my shorts sticking to me. So if I got out and felt like I was fully like wrapped
dude,
in, nope.
Yeah, screw that, dude. It's like I can still see your hourglass tits. You know what I mean? Like for guys, it's like, dude, just take it off. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's like it makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, I don't know. If you're insecure like that, just don't go to the beach, I guess.
Just
Whatever. Or start exercising.
Yeah.
I will say,
or just don't care. It doesn't matter.
I will. Yeah. Just don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. And I don't have the prettiest body in the world.
Because then, yeah, if you wear a t-shirt anyway, you're gonna get those tan lines. That's like the biggest reason I won't. Because then when the shirt fully comes off and you got like that,
dude, and it looks super
tan.
nerdy.
Yeah,
I feel like unless you're like built or something, like okay, yeah, he works on a farm.
Yeah,
but you get those one guys, and it's like, yeah, you get the tan line right here. It's like way darker. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not much of a beach guy. I'd much rather bundle up and walk through some snow and see some snow-covered trees and different streams and ice fish and do all that kind of shit. But yeah, and we need to get out hunting.
Yeah,
next year. Next year we definitely need to do it.
No. Still do some ice fishing this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, shit, we don't need a shanty or nothing. We can just go out there with a couple buckets.
Freeze.
Well, if we hit like a corner, if we get in like a corner where we're not in the middle, which that is where a lot of the fish are.
What, in the middle?
Yeah, like more towards the center.
That's where you always see people just kind of scattered out throughout in the middle.
Yeah. You always know it's safe when you see that big ass dude sitting on a bucket in the middle of the ice. You're like, okay, that's safe.
Like, okay, so I can definitely make it on the
I don't know if you've ever been ice fishing before, but there is not a sketchier feeling than when it freezes and then it snows real heavily and it gets kind of warm and then it gets really cold again. So you have like a thin layer of ice, snow, and then a thick layer of ice. So as you're walking on it, you're breaking through every other step. Dude, that is so sketchy. You're like stepping with your life on the line every step you take.
Yeah.
It's
just waiting for one to go all the way through. Yeah.
Because I've fallen in ice before and it's not fun. Luckily,
I haven't gotten it that bad.
Luckily, I was like more towards like the shoreline. So when I fell down, I just went right down in mud, but it was still like probably up to my belly.
Ooh, and cold mud too.
So me and my dad volunteered at a conservation club. So we were, I was serving all the food, and my dad was cooking in the back, and we'd give food to hunters and shit that would come in after hunting. So me and the Ellis boys, Michael and Andrew, went out to the ice and we had a pancake fight. And we were running around the ice, dude, and I fell right down, right where all the like muck is and seaweed and shit. So I come back into the conservation club, and my dad's like, "What the fuck did you do?" I'm covered in mud, dude. I'm soaked. It's freezing outside. It's like, damn it. I was probably like 8, 9. Yeah, those were the good old days.
Yeah, nope. Living by Stone Lake, that one was pretty much packed. As soon as that ice was thick enough to walk on, it was packed.
Oh yeah,
end to end, full of ice fishers.
Yeah, I've ice fished there a few times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I was a little kid, even. You were probably living in Cass, and I was out there ice fishing.
Yeah, I didn't even know each other.
Yeah. Yeah, shit, because you'd be walking across the ice and you'd see a bunch of little fish dead all over the ice. Yeah, somebody caught it and they're like, "Damn it!" They just tossed it. It's like, dude, throw it back in the water.
Hey, yeah.
So I'd be out there like studying them. Like, whoa, this is crazy. This looks nuts. They just breathe underwater. I wish I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I remember doing that as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Just checking them out.
Shit. Yeah, there was one time too when I was younger, and we had like these farm boys that would. I used to live on like a pond and a river, so I had like a pond in my backyard, and then there was a river that went through my backyard too. These farm boys would come, man. They wouldn't have well, they'd wear shoes sometimes, but a majority of the time they had no shoes on, and then they'd have their jeans rolled up in the bottom, no t-shirts on. So they'd come over, dude, start trying to get like geese eggs. They'd like looking for snapping turtles, killing them and shit, and then they'd hang them on the trees, let them bleed out, and then take them home and cook them.
Yeah.
It's like, man, these crazy bastards. I've had snapping turtle.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like roast beef in a sense, but it's like a little chewier. It's weird. It's weird, but
roast beef like flavor or like Arby's texture?
No, no, definitely not texture, dude. It's a rubbery, but that's what it kind of tastes like.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's not that bad. Not as bad as I thought. Frog legs are good.
I've never had either.
Frog legs are good.
Nope, I've always been a picky eater.
It's weird how all the weird stuff that like you wouldn't normally eat tastes like chicken.
Yeah,
makes me wonder. Because frog legs do kind of taste like chicken.
It turns me away from chicken.
Yeah.
It makes me think maybe I should stick to beef because every weird food doesn't also taste like it.
Yeah, but I would put chicken above. I'd put it above pork.
Yeah, with what you can do with it.
Yeah, and then I'd also put it above turkey.
Above
turkey.
Yeah, probably with what you can do with it. Turkey would probably be above pork for me, though.
Probably, yeah. Well, I'm not, as you know, like I don't really like bacon.
Which is crazy.
I know that's
like blasphemy to men.
Dude, like, I just can't get into it. I did throw some bacon bits. I had a salad this morning, and I put some bacon bits on it.
Oh, that's not.
And I was like,
if that's like your idea of bacon, that'll ruin it because they have a weird like chemical taste.
No, I've had what everybody said was good bacon, and I would have chose not to have it. Was
it crispy or?
I've had it both ways. Well, what really makes me mad is when people try to wrap like a good piece of meat in bacon. And it's like, why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah, because the bacon never quite turns out on it anyway. Because I like crispy bacon. So
yeah,
it's got to be almost as black as my phone case when it comes to being crispy.
So it's like a chip. You're eating just bacon chips?
Yeah, I like that kind of crispy where you bite into it and it just like dissolves.
Yeah.
That level of crispy.
Yeah,
you're not getting that cooking it on a piece of meat.
I just can't, get into it really. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. I just never really have liked it. Ham can definitely fuck off too.
Oh, like a big Christmas ham with like the honey and the little pineapple slice on there.
Yeah, it pisses me off. It's like, why'd you do that? I like the gravy.
I like it for
like sweet
nostalgia itself, but then that like honey ham taste of like, because to me that's the only time you can ever get pork juicy is when you get that big ham.
Yeah.
Pork chops, I could probably take them.
Yeah, I do like pork tenderloins.
Pork loin in like the crock pot with some potatoes and carrots.
Or like on a smoker when it gets smoked and it's like crispy on the outside and they're like basting it with juice the whole time.
Ooh,
that shit's good. That shit's
pretty
good.
much anything you baste in juice is awesome. I've never had something basted that didn't taste amazing.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, Emily's dad, I think, did apple juice one time with
Oh,
some
on
pork
pork.
tenderloin. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think not
Well, because I
100%, but that
think,
was delicious.
and I don't know, maybe I'm way off here, but I think that might actually be like an English thing is to eat apple sauce on a pork chop. Like that's what they use applesauce
Oh,
for. They don't just eat it in a bowl like we
well,
do.
isn't the Brady Bunch thing pork chops and applesauce, huh? Or am I thinking of something different?
I have no
You
idea.
don't know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of it,
Pork
but I don't
chops and
know what it's from.
applesauce, huh?
No, I've only heard of that being like an English thing.
Huh.
Which I mean, it makes me kind of want to try it, but I don't know. Not
Yeah.
high hopes. Not high hopes.
Oh, another topic I'd like to bring up. I know you don't get into it a whole lot, but Travis Hunter won the Heisman. I wanted to say this on our YouTube channel, okay? Travis Hunter
You
won
just
the
want to get the
Heisman.
news out there.
Yeah, it's complete
There's not enough
bullshit.
people know.
Complete bullshit that he won. He's an awesome player, okay? But Ashton Jenney should have won without a doubt. And since we're on this topic now, I just want to read a few statistics
I was gonna say you're gonna have to
for
spearhead
you.
this one.
I had to bring this up. I was going to do a personal video.
You were
Like
that fired up about it.
Oh, dude, I was like, okay, I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel.
Started seeing red.
Yeah, like I said, it is nothing against him. He's an amazing athlete, good player, but it's like, okay, what? Okay, 1 second. Are you kidding me? I really have to scroll the way. I almost just knocked that over.
Technical difficulties.
Dude, terribly. Give me a second, guys.
Hang on a second. I'm getting
Dude.
changed. What were you
Okay.
like watching it live when it happened?
No, I sent it to somebody, and it had all the statistics from Travis Hunter. Anyways, so he was just in the top 10 for like receiving yards, and touchdowns. Or no, it was receptions. He was in the top 10, and then receiving touchdowns, he was in the top 10. But I think like targets, he wasn't even in the top 100.
Ooh.
And then defensively, I think he got like the best defensive player award. I don't know for sure, but he definitely shouldn't have won that either. He was like,
what team does he play for?
Colorado.
Oh, well.
They're not even in the playoffs.
So yeah, you wouldn't just hate him for no reason.
Mm-hmm. So in my idea, okay, of a Heisman Trophy winner, I feel like if you take them off your team, they're not nearly as good.
So like if they played with any other team,
yes,
they wouldn't.
Yeah, so like
that's what's tough about it.
Like Ashton Jenney, okay, I might be pronouncing his name completely wrong. Janty, whatever. He led in like every statistic possible as a running back, for one. He averaged like almost 200 yards rushing a game, which is that. I mean, if a quarterback did that, you're like, oh, he's an average quarterback. He's a running back. He's running the ball.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely insane. And you take him off of Boise State's team, they're trash.
Yeah.
They're trash. Nothing against Boise State. They're a good team, but they would not be in the playoffs without him. 110%. Dude, I actually want to find the legit stats.
Okay, so that's what you're saying is like a mark of a great player is if you took them off the team would suck without them.
Yeah. It's like if you took off.
So like the Patriots.
Yeah, if you took Tom Brady off the Patriots when they're winning, 7 Super Bowls, you take him off the team, which pretty much happened. He left the Patriots. They sucked, and he won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
It's like clearly he was the reason they were winning. It's the same kind of thing. Okay, so here's just a few stats. So defensive grade, he was an 85.6, which was 7th amongst all other cornerbacks. Offensive grade, he had an 84.1, which is 9th amongst all receivers. And then he had a combined of 13 touchdowns and interceptions. That number's combined. And then Ashton Janney, he was first in rushing grade, first in yards after contact, and then first in missed tackles forced on runs. I mean, yards after contact this season. So that means somebody attempted to tackle him and he still rushed over 1,370 yards. Somebody tried to tackle him. Dude, those 1,370 yards in a season alone is pretty decent. You're a pretty good running back in college football. But for that number to be that and it's after contact is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And he's good at just trucking through them.
Oh, yeah. And then against Oregon, which is the number one team in the nation, he still rushed for like 190 yards. They're the number one team.
Right.
They barely lost. It's absolutely insane. And I want to say, too, since we're talking about football, go Irish. Notre Dame, Indiana, this upcoming Friday. We might end up. Shit, dude, should we do a podcast during the game? Or go live on like Facebook or something?
That would be cool.
Go live? Just drink beer and watch football?
Have it like a watch party.
Yeah, do like a watch party. We can't show the game because we get copyrighted.
Yeah.
But we can watch our reaction to shit while it's happening. But I am so pumped for the Battle of Indiana.
Yeah.
And it's
Have you seen those ticket prices? That's what I was just
dude, they're the
about.
most expensive playoff ticket.
Holy.
I think the lowest is what, 1,000? I think it is. I think lowest
500, or unless they've gone up again. But yeah, last I knew, 500
well,
was the cheapest.
Let's pull this up too.
The cheapest that you could get a seat at all.
Ticket prices.
Will they use like a Ticketmaster for that? Or
Probably. Well, we'll just do why did I do that? We'll just do average.
Average will probably be high.
Oh, the cheapest ticket's $415.
Okay. So yeah, a hair under five. Well,
Yeah.
ways under 500.
But that's the cheapest. You like sitting
So for 4 people to go.
to sit in a lodge, it's $3,000.
So like an entire week's vacation.
Dude,
If you did like a kind of cheap vacation.
dude, that's probably more expensive than a cheap vacation. I think I could go on like a semi decent vacation with $1,000.
Yeah.
But shit, if we lived closer to the stadium, dude, we could just rent out like our driveways. I totally would. $50 to park here, $100 to park here. Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? Like 5 minutes? We're not too far.
No, not driving range, for sure. Yeah, it might be. Or between 5 and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not too far.
I mean, we hear it from here.
Yeah, no shit. When they're lighting the fireworks, when they did that on 4th of July.
Or when they do
that
the
was badass.
flyovers. We
Yeah.
get to see that.
Oh, that is
Those
so
are
sick.
awesome.
Yeah. Notre Dame's where it's at. I don't care.
Yep.
Just the tradition. Everybody's like, they need to join a conference, which would help their case. When they're getting into the playoffs and shit. Man, dude, Notre Dame's sick.
Everyone feels that way about their hometown team, though.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm sure every little town that sits just outside of a college has some cool events going on that they get to be a part of.
Yeah.
It's like even up there at NMU, they did quite a bit.
Yeah. And like we talked about too, I think Friday, we get big enough, it would be fun to shoot a show at a tailgate.
Yeah.
At Notre Dame.
Either way.
It'd be really cool if we got famous enough to where we could sit there and make our predictions. Like all
and
those
then be
famous
dead
people
wrong.
do. Which I don't think I'd do too bad.
Have a bunch
on
of
some
people pissed off.
Yeah.
I bet because of you guys.
Western Michigan's gonna beat Michigan.
They should know not to listen to that one.
Yeah, no way. No way. Maybe this season, but maybe not. But yeah, I'm super stoked for that game this week, and it would be fun to, maybe do a live on Facebook.
What day is that on?
Friday. Yeah. I think we might have an earlier day at work. I know there's a few
just
people,
for the game.
I know there's multiple people at work that are going tailgating.
Yeah.
Fuck that,
won't argue.
Yeah. You start putting them down early, which the game's at 8.
Yeah.
But the tailgating is starting at like 2-3 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I can say that.
Dude,
Probably earlier.
the hotels are like a majority of the hotels in the area are already sold out.
Oh yeah,
And then you got like a shitload of Airbnbs too. They're already completely sold out.
which is, another crazy concept to me is you got to buy a hotel for, I would assume, at least 2-3 nights.
Yeah.
That way you have time to come in,
Yeah.
kind of settle in,
Which
then go to the game plus a $500 at the cheapest dollar ticket.
Yeah.
It's expensive to go to a game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, unless you like live close like we do.
Yeah.
But what is it, Bloomington, where Indiana's at?
Yeah.
So I guess if they drove here and then drove home, it would be super bad. But it would still.
But even then, I mean, there's Notre Dame fans all over the country, so I'm sure people are flying in
Yeah.
from all over the place.
Yeah, you either love
and
Notre Dame,
alumni and
either love them or absolutely hate their guts.
yeah,
You hate everything about them.
no in between.
Yeah, they're like the 5th most hated team in America.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like the 5th. I'll pull that up too. Let me check it real quick.
Like they haven't even done that great in a while. Why?
No, dude. No, dude. All right, let's see here. What in the hell is going on here? Because I think I have the actual. Oh no, they're the 8th most hated.
8th. That's a little better.
Yeah, Michigan's 3.
Ooh, Ohio State number 1.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought Alabama would be a little higher up there.
Well, they weren't very good this year, so that's,
Yeah.
When they're good, everybody hates them.
And no Michigan State.
No, they are. Well,
I'm just not a fan of them.
no, I mean, personally, I like Michigan State a lot more than Michigan,
Really?
but it's just because of the fans. I know a lot of Michigan fans,
Yeah.
and like if Notre Dame and Michigan were playing and I was around them while the game was happening, I probably would end up punching them. So I would like, if they played each other, we can't watch it together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think any Notre Dame and Michigan fan can agree on that one.
And
It's hard to watch that blue and gold game in the same room.
yeah, yeah, dude, you can't do it. You can't do it. Well, shit, you got anything else before we close this out? I think we got about, I don't know how long we've been sitting here. I don't remember.
I have no idea, man. It was one thing after the other.
Yeah. Yeah, well, shit. I guess we can close it out then.
Heck yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we might be back Friday for our live show. We have to do it on Facebook because we don't have enough subscribers to do a live on YouTube yet. But we could also do the live on Facebook, save it, and then put it on YouTube afterwards.
Or just record something then and post it.
Yeah. Yeah, in preparation for the game or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For now.
Yeah, we can get some stats together and maybe bullshit a little bit about football for a second or something.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, guys, you have a good rest of your Sunday, and we'll be back at some point this week.
Heck yeah.
All right, later, guys.
Later.